sexually. A lot of black women, and I'm going to say that for myself, I've noticed a lot of black women, I'll have conversations with my girlfriends, and I'll tell them, well, me and my husband, we had a conversation. He wasn't happy with some things sexually, and the first thing that they say was, girl, that couldn't have been me. I would have did this, I would have did this, I would have did that. And it's like, why? If you're a man, I feel like every man deserves a right to be able to express themselves. If they are not happy sexually, they should be able to come to you and tell you that. And they should be able to come to you and tell you why. And if you don't make it easy for a man to be honest with you, he will not be honest with you. And you can't blame him for outsourcing to someone that will allow him to have that. So that's my theory on that.
I've never heard a woman say that.
And I hear it's so funny because I hear that a lot, and I would really like for our viewers to write in and weigh in on that. So if you either feel the way that I feel, or if you kind of feel the way that other women feel, like it's not okay, I want you to email RedZoneTVOKC@gmail.com and let us know how you feel on that. And then at the next show, we'll announce some of those, because I really do feel like there's especially black women my age, within like the 20s and the 30s, as soon as you get cheated on, you want to blame the man. But what did you do to either prevent that or cause that? Can your man come to you and have a conversation? If my man is not happy sexually, I want to know that. I would rather you tell me that before you go somewhere else, because I want my man to be happy. And I can't come to you and say, hey, you fix these things, but then when you come to me, I'm on the defense. Black women are too much on the defense. Like, if you're a heavy set woman, if your man comes to you and say, hey baby, I want to go to the gym, I want to get a gym membership, 9 times out of 10 that woman's going to say, well, you should love me unconditionally. You should love me no matter no matter how big I am. Why is it wrong for me to want you to be healthy? Why is that wrong for me to want to open the door to you being healthy? Why does it have to be, you should love me this way and be unconditional?
You don't think that black women have to be on the defense of all this? Think about this stuff that you've been through in life. You don't think that black women have to guard their heart? They have to guard.
I do. I absolutely do. But not when you're having a conversation with the man that you chose to give your heart to. No. You should not have to be defensive with the man that you chose to give your heart to, because if that's the case, then that's not the right man. There should be no defense, because you should genuinely know that whatever he's coming to you with has no malicious intent, and it is not to hurt you. And if you genuinely know that, then why make him feel bad for that? Why then attack him for saying, hey, I want you to lose weight? Or can you come to bed in something other than a t-shirt and wrapping your head up? What's wrong with that? It doesn't have to mean that, oh, you ugly, or I'm tired, maybe I just want to wrap my hair up and do that. That's fine. But 2 to 3 days out of the week, what's wrong with putting on something sexy? What's wrong with that? Even if you're big, it's nothing wrong with that to me. And I feel like that's where a lot of relationships go wrong, because nobody wants to do the work. You just want to play the blame game and then separate. And it doesn't, to me, that's why you have a lot of broken relationships. That's why you have kids in homes that don't have fathers, because first of all, it wasn't planned, which is crazy to me. I don't know who wouldn't plan a baby, but I understand that it happens. But when you do that and then you don't take the time to really do the work, you create more burdens for yourself. And for me, that's what I feel like our people do. They make excuses and they give reasons to make the situation worse than what it has to be. So that's that's kind of like my take on it.
That is deep.
So that's kind of why I wanted to have that dialogue about cheating. So, I mean, with that goes into the same thing. Do you think women just cheat?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I've met women who just didn't care, but majority of women that I've met, they not just gonna go out there and cheat. If they do cheat on somebody, then they've been having like an emotional attachment to that person. Cause like I said, very few women that I've met really don't have no emotional attachment. They just love sex. But the majority of the women that I know, they gotta have some type of emotional appeal to that man. So if your woman go out and cheat, it's because you allowed her to have some type of emotional tie with some man on the side.
So what about intuitions? Do you think that, because you always hear about a woman's intuition. You always hear a woman say, I just feel like something is wrong. So that has to mean that something is wrong. Do you feel like a man has that same intuition?
Yes, but a woman's intuition is much more stronger and deeper. Like I remember I remember when I'm sorry.
I was going to say, just finish up this question so we can start another.
Okay. Okay.
My bad. Yeah, I just feel like
Hold on.
My bad.
Okay.
You good? No, you good.
Just keep talking. Just keep talking. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to get her attention. I was just saying, keep going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ain't want to actually have to say something.
Yeah, but man intuition. You know, if a woman was cheating
Hold
on.
on.
Okay.
If a woman was cheating on me, I'm not gonna lie, I probably wouldn't even know. But you know, that's only how I would know if she gets caught slipping. Like, who's this texting you? Who's this call? Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? That's when men started realizing stuff. But women, I remember my ex. I remember when I cheated on her before. You know, I cheated on her. Then I remember going to her house and she looked at me one little look. I took a shower and everything. She was just like, something different about you. I said, huh? She was like, you sure you got something to tell me? I'm like, nothing. We cool, you know. But she felt like it was something that I was hiding at that point, and I'm just like, well, that's powerful. And then when it came all out, she was like, that was different about you. That's why I felt the way I felt, because you was cheating. I'm like, yeah, my bad.
And so what was your reason for that? Was it just cuz, or what did you cheat for? What were you looking for?
There's certain things about men, to me, that just can't be adjusted. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that I haven't really learned how to even adjust within myself first. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody else can adjust that but that man. And I guess that's something that I didn't really adjust within myself. The urges that I have, my hormones, all that stuff plays in a part of of the time that I was cheating. Because I love women.
Yeah, so, I mean, I was just about to say, so do you think it has something to do with the whole mentality of that selfishness in one union, or that, you know, there's that community man mentality, not sexual wise, but do you think that plays a part on you, kind of when you have the urge, you feel that it's okay to act on it?
Yeah, because, you know, I hate to bring, you know, this man into the picture, but Dr. Martin Luther King, you know, everybody know about, you know, between him and the stuff that he was doing up behind Coretta back and things like that. Right. You know, when you look at that, you know, he hired this prominent, one of the most, you know, powerful individual to ever live. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you find out that he was doing that. It's like, okay, well, shoot, I'm human too.
Right.
But that doesn't make an excuse. That doesn't give an excuse. But that makes you look at it differently. Like, okay, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with marriage? What's wrong with you know, just two people? You know, what's wrong with this whole picture? Yeah. That's when you got to start questioning the nature of it. You know, and the nature of who we are. You know what I'm saying? Because we come from places where the men had multiple wives. You know what I'm saying? You know, just throw that out there. But here in America, it's against the law. Why is that against the law?
It is. It is against the law.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And I don't think that, and I honestly, and I don't think that it should be. I don't think that it's fair to tell anybody who they should be soulmates with. And I really don't think that you have one soulmate. I really don't. I think that you can connect with people for different reasons, and you can love them for different reasons. And sometimes the love you have for one person can shed light on how to love the next person. So I'm a firm believer in you don't have to have, you know, just one soulmate. But I am also a believer in the fact that you can just be with one person. And, you know, on the break I shared some personal things, and maybe it could have a lot to do with my personal experience that kind of makes me feel like you can be with just, you know, one person and have that. But when men, I feel like a lot of times, for me, I've always said, and maybe you can shed some light, that if a man is willing to cheat on the woman that he says that he loves, then he does not love her in the correct way. Not saying that you don't love her, but you don't love her in the correct way, because you don't love her enough to consider how she would feel by you taking this action, which kind of goes back into being selfish. But if you feel like you have the right to be selfish, then that takes on a whole, you know what I'm saying, it takes on a whole other thing. So do you feel like it's maybe you don't have that type of love for women, or
yeah, you know, I guess I am selfish in that sense. I guess I am, because, you know, right now in my life, 28 years old, you know, books out, working on a web series, all this stuff happening, you know what I'm saying, and it's just, You know, one woman, I'm still young. Let me enjoy these. Let me enjoy these last 2 years of my 20s before I even try to settle down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
All right.
let me enjoy this. You know, because this is a lot of women. Man.
It is a lot of women. It is a lot of women, and you did hear him say he's a community man. So obviously, he is not discriminative. Yeah. But let's talk about the web series. I heard you say you're getting ready to start a web series. What is that? What's going on with that?
Well, in the book, I left a lot of open questions about like, oh, what happened to this? What happened to that? So I plan on filling those questions within the web series. So
okay.
So the only thing you're gonna know what's gonna happen after, you know, in the book is if you're watching the web series, only how you're gonna know what's happening in the book if you read the book. So you be like, hold on, what happens here? You gotta read the book for that part.
And if you read the book, then the only way you're gonna have the answers to those questions is to read the web series. Yeah. That is such a great way to do things because that draws you in. I hate, like, it's almost like a Maury episode when it goes to commercial right before they're trying to announce who the daddy is. Yeah. It's almost like that. And I love that because it definitely drives that traffic. So with the web series, is it going to be like audio? Do you have actors? Is this like something that you're filming?
Yeah. So I plan on reaching out to a lot of businesses here in Oklahoma City so we could, kind of see if I can shoot there at their businesses and stuff like that. I'm really trying to bring everybody together. I feel like there's a disconnect in Oklahoma City because everybody's doing something. Everybody's supporting each other, but there's a disconnect somewhere, and we just got to figure it out where.
Right.
Then once we get connected, game over.
Right. What's your opinion on that? What do you feel like we're missing as a people to help, find that disconnect?
Like I said, it's just the connections. Like, I never knew about RedZone Entertainment, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait, y'all got this going on? Okay, now if somebody needs something, hey, I know some people over here at RedZone Entertainment, they got studio, artwork, they got everything, you know what I'm saying? So it's just being out there, branding yourself, letting people know, like, yeah, we exist. Yeah. So whenever we put ourselves together, put our minds together, and put everything out there, like, oh, shoot, this is cool. So, and like I said, let's go back to what I said, that's how you destroy your system, because whenever we pull our money out the system and put it into ourselves, game over.
If you have anything that you are interested in getting out there, if you are a poet, Dope Poetry Nights on Wednesday. If you haven't got the book, Black Paint, let everybody know where they can get your book at. Where can they get your book?
On Amazon.com, just type in Black Paint, Anthony Crawford Jr., it'll pop up.
And when I tell you guys, I have heard great things about this book. I haven't had one person say one bad thing about this book. So I would definitely encourage you to get it. From what I hear, it has something for everybody. And I've read this man's poems. I've seen him work. He is very prominent in the community. So it won't do anything but help you to support him. And we've had a great time with Proverbs today. So we've had some great times. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let him take the floor, let you guys know where to get the book, all the things that he has coming up. So, Proverb, you can go ahead.
Once again, you can find Black Paint on Amazon.com. That's Black Paint on Amazon.com. Also, you can hit me up on Instagram, Anthony_Crawford Jr. Once again, that's Anthony_Crawford Jr. Find me on Facebook, Anthony Crawford Jr. Twitter, A_Crawford Jr. I use the JR a lot because Lil Wayne used to be my favorite rapper.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, guys. Well, make sure that you get Black Paint. You heard him on Amazon.com. Make sure you're at the book signing November 3rd. And you also can catch him live in person at Dope Poetry Night every Wednesday at ICE Event Center. I would like to thank you guys for joining me here at Ozone at RedZone TV. And we'll meet you back here next Sunday.
Mother, you alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit yield. Like the deer that pants for the water, I thirst for you. Like the son is to his father, I learn from you. Like a mother is to her daughter, I hurt for you as I search for you out of the ivory palaces and into the world of woe. And I come to you with poetry, with a full heart of songs. And this is why I got Psalm 23 tatted on my arm. Who can grasp the infinite wisdom? Who can fathom the depth of your love? You are beautiful beyond description, and your majesty enthroned from above. So as I take my rod and my staff and sit at the table, be prepared for me. Just know that I ain't never scared and I have no fear because I know you'll be there for me. Thank y'all. Let's keep in time.